It is time for a new cool landing page, this time for Lavaredo watches. I have a big model of wristwatch on top of my title, and as soon as I start scrolling, this watch starts rotating and getting smaller. At the same time, I have some animations on the right side, and then the watch ends up on the wrist as if it's always been there. Pretty cool, right? Let's build this cool animation together. Hi guys, welcome back. Now, before we start, I wanted to say that I'm not sponsored by Lavaredo watches. I just had the idea and I needed some kind of watch, so I found this one. They're pretty cool in my opinion. You can find them on Amazon for about 20 bucks a piece. And I'm not sure they even have a website. I found their Facebook store. So guys, if you need a website, I'm here. It goes the same for the guys from Rolex. Of course, I'm kidding. But anyway, I hope these guys will not be mad at me for using their brand, and they will appreciate this promotion. Okay, let's get started and let's see what is our starting position. Okay, this is our starting point. This is where we will start. As you can see, I have my hero with H1. Then I have these slogans on the right hand side. I have these 4 watches, and as well as explore all. This is the section that will lead you to explore all page. Then here is my watch. Finally, as you can see, it is not over here, but I decided to this to be its starting position. And first I will put it precisely on the hand, and then I will transform it all the way to the top with our CSS animation. By the way, we are not gonna write a single line of JavaScript ourselves. At least we are gonna use animate on scroll.js library for animating all of the rest of the slogans or watches, and this main watch we will do with CSS animations. Okay, and down there I have a footer. Okay, so everything else is styled except for this section. This section is a flex container. This hand and watch is one child of flex, and this paragraph is the second child of flex. And this is also a flex container with a hand and a watch, and I have aligned items to the center. Okay, this is the section with the class of lead watch, and this is my 2 images of a hand and a watch. So we need to start working on the watch class here when I said watch animation. Okay, what do we need? We need to position this watch absolute, but for that I'm gonna need the parent on the parent div, which is this one here, to put position relative. So I will be able to position my watch absolute on compared to that div. Okay, then I will put left, let's say 10 rem, and let's save now and see where is my watch. Okay, now my watch is over the hand, but as you can see, it's too big. I need to scale it down. This is the natural size of the watch, and I will use scale to scale it down. And this size will be when I transfer it to the top here. Okay, so let's scale down this watch. Let's say scale. I can use that as a separate property now. Let's say 0.2. Okay, this is still I think too big. We are gonna need to rotate this clock a little bit. As you can see, it's not following the lines of the hand. Okay, as well for the scale, I can say rotate. Let's say by 10 degrees. Okay, the other way around. I always miss with the rotation, so minus 10 degrees. Okay, that's better. Let's scale it down more because, as you can see, it's not fitting the hand. So even 150, let's say. Okay, now it's too much. Let's say 155. Let's move it a little bit more to the left. Let's say 9 rams and see the difference. Okay, and now I just need to, I think the rotation is a little less, so let's say minus 8 degrees. Okay, I think that's quite good. Yeah, I think that's quite okay. Maybe not perfect, but who cares? Okay, now let's, uh, in fact, I will comment these values. This is where my watch will end, but this is not where I want my watch to be at the start of my animation. So right now I'm gonna position it on top of the page. So this is my section here, and I don't have any margins and paddings on this section. Only the height of the image is dictating the size, the height. But I have 100 VH on this section and also 100 VH on this section, and then this is in the middle, so at least 2 and 250 VH I need to translate this watch up to start with. And of course I don't need to any scale will be 1, and I don't also want rotation. Okay, let's get started on positioning. Okay, for the left, instead of 9 rem, I will put 50%. And then I don't need a scale and rotate, but I need translate. And on the x-axis, I will translate it minus 50% to center it. And on the y-axis, as I said, we will start with minus 250 VH, so we will see how can we fine tune this. Okay, I'll hit save and see where is my watch now. Whoa, my watch is gone. Where is it? Let's see. Okay, here is my watch. As you can see, it's not where I want it to be. 50%, it's calculating 50% of its width, but not of the parent. Of course, it's positioned absolute, so that's why is that. So I will have to, instead of 50%, I will use view per widths. That's how I will center this watch. And let me check. It needs to be more up. So let's say 270. Okay, let's have a look now. Okay, we are almost there. It needs to be more up and more to the left. I want to be exactly from here to here. So I will say minus 60 and 275, let's say. Okay, not bad. But still a little bit more to the left and a little bit more up. let's say 277.5 VH. Okay, that's much better. Now my watch, this is not exactly the middle of the page because my text is not, but I wanted to put it exactly here between two words, where and legacy. Okay, I think I'm happy with the position of my watch. Now let's apply our animation and let's achieve that my watch goes down and finishes exactly on the wrist. How can we do that? Of course, with the CSS animations, we will define a keyframes. Let's say animate watch will be the name of our animation. And what do we need to achieve? I want at 100%. That's why we did this first. We found where our animation should end. So I will just uncomment this and save this. Okay, but why is nothing happening? We haven't defined the duration of animation. In fact, we haven't even applied our animation. So on our watch, we need to apply our animation. This will be the name and I want it to be linear. And if I say, for example, 5 seconds and I save this. Okay, this is not good because I need to here in my animation, as you can see here, I translated this watch. I need to end my translate with 0 and 0. This is the original, because originally my watch is not translated. If I save this, okay, my watch goes down, and okay, I need to put forwards to, because now it's resetting back to the original position. But that's how CSS animations work. But this is not what we want here. We want our watch to be controlled with the scroll, not with some time. So how can we do that? How can we accomplish this? I hope you've seen one of my past videos. It should appear somewhere here. In case you haven't, where I talk about new scroll animation, in fact, animation timeline properties. So we have two basics. One is scroll and the other is view. So here, instead of the duration of this animation, I will put animation timeline, and I will say scroll. And this is, I need parentheses because it's a function. Okay. Now with this, watch what happens when I scroll the page. Okay. Easy. Now, as you can see, my watch is slowly going down, and voila, it's finishes at exactly the position I wanted. And when I scroll up again, it goes to the original place. Okay, just to spice a little bit this animation, I will put, for example, at 40%, I will put the opposite rotation. So I have here -8 degrees. I think I put 18 degrees, but positive. So initially it will start rotating this way and ended up this way. Watch now. Okay, as you can see, now it's having the opposite rotation, and from the 40% to 100% it's getting the other rotation. Amazing, right? It's so easy, so amazing with new animation timeline properties. But there's a big caveat to this, and I will talk about that by the end of this, near the end of this video. I have two big caveats for this website, but before that, let's also animate these slogans and these watches. And for that, we are gonna use animate on scroll. Let's introduce this cool library. Okay, first let's grab the CDNs. I'm gonna go to cdnjs.com and put aos.js. As you can see, this is our library. And I will grab both JS script tag, and I will put that near the bottom of my body, like this. And then I will grab the CSS link, and I will put that, of course, in the head tag. Let's say below the font awesome, but above our custom CSS import. Save this. Okay. And now let's go to animate on scroll library. As you can see, this is the, we'll discover what you can do with this library, but first let's go to their GitHub page. Okay, this is their GitHub. As you can see, I need the link, CSS and script tag. We already did that, but to be able to use this, we also need this script tag where we will say aos.init, and we will put that below the imported script tag right here. Okay, hit save, and with that we are able to use animate on scroll. As you can see, when you scroll, you can have lots of animations. You only need to apply these data attributes to your elements. Okay, so you have flip, you have also zoom in, zoom down, and then you can combine, as you can see here, you can set the duration, you can change the duration and easing effect and everything else. All right, for our slogans, we are gonna use fade left. So I will copy this attribute and put it to each and every paragraph of our slogan. Let me find them here. So I will copy this for every paragraph. Okay, let's save now and see what this gave us. Now, when I start scrolling, as you can see, my paragraphs are animated, but I don't like this is too fast. I want to make this slower, and for that, I don't want to. Let's open again a GitHub repo. As you can see here, when you init the library, you can set a bunch of properties, and I'm interested in the duration property. As you can see, the default is 400, and you can put the values from 0 to 3000 with steps of 50. So here where we initialize this, I will define my configuration object, and I will put the duration to, let's say, 1000. Let's save this and see the difference now. As you can see, now my animation is much slower. Okay, but I also want to have some delay. For example, I want the next paragraph to have a certain delay, and the next even more, and to have like some steps. Okay, so how can we do that? Let's see. We can apply another data attribute, and of course, if you, in case you don't know, datas are custom attributes you can put on every HTML element, and you can use that to styles the elements or target them with JavaScript. I will copy another data attribute, not for the first paragraph, but let's say for the second paragraph. And again, steps are 50. So the next will be 100 and so on. The next will be 150. Okay, if we save now, let's see the difference. Okay, let's start scrolling our page. As you can see, I have some delay between the next. Here is my first. As I scroll slowly, here is my next. Here is my next paragraph, and that's good. Now let's also animate these watches, and for them I picked a different animation. It's a flip animation. Let me find it. This one, flip left. As you can see, you only copy the data attribute, and for that I will do that on these divs, which are the parents of my images. Okay, just like that. And I also want some delays on these watches. So for the first, I will put 150, and for the second it will be also for this first I will use 150, and for the second watch it will be 350. Okay, let's save all of this and test it out. Let's go to our page. Now, as you can see, I have my paragraphs and I have my watches animated. Now I need one more animation on this paragraph, and for this paragraph, let me find it. I will copy fade left, but in fact I will use fade right animation. Let me just find the paragraph. Here it is. And I also want to delay, let's say by 350, because I want to this to happen after my watch goes to the wrist. Now let's save this and see what happens with my paragraph. Okay, I said right, and I think this is too soon. Let's increase this to 1000, and instead of fade left, I want fade right. Okay, let's save now. Let's see all of my animations. Okay, here are my paragraphs. My watches flip. Okay, and now I have my desired animation, and exactly along delay. So after my watch goes to the wrist, I have my paragraph animated. Amazing. Okay, our animation is now completed, but as I said, I have a couple of caveats. Caveat number one, this animation timeline scroll our animation with this starts as soon as we start scrolling and ends when we hit the end of the page. But if I had a little bit more text down, this will not have the desired effect, because my animation will not end and my watch will not go all the way down. Technically, you can achieve that with animation timeline view, and then set with the values animation range property start and end values, where you should want your animation to start and where it should end. I was not able to achieve that with this particular animation as much as I tried, because it's very complex. I'm translating this watch all the way up, so it's very hard to define where this watch enters the viewport and where it leaves the viewport. Therefore, I decided to make a compromise, and I finished my animation all the way down. If I had, for example, another section, like I told you, this animation wouldn't work. Caveat number two. Now this will be a total nightmare to make responsive, because we are using position absolute. We are translating the watch throughout the whole page, which is, we cannot know how big is the viewport height of which device. So it will be a total nightmare to accomplish this. Let me show you. For example, I changed the design for small screen sizes, and here, for example, it will completely, and on the smaller screen sizes even more, it will completely cover this title, my watch. But that's why I put it over here, and then I also make these paragraphs over the watch. And again, it's fitting good, but that's only for this screen size. When I move a screen size, let's go to the smaller, you can see my watch escapes. So it's very difficult to accomplish responsive design with something like that. But with that out of the way, I still think that this is a cool project, and maybe you can implement somewhere. And with that, I want to thank you for watching this video, and I hope you had some value out of it. If you had, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to see more like this. And I wish you a great day. Goodbye and lots of love.